Do you ever wonder if God's love can truly be unfailing? Has that ever, I know we get it cognitively. I've been in the church long enough, it's like something we nod along. It's like Pavlov's dog. We just sort of, yes, of course. God loves us. It's unfailing love. I get it. But have you ever been in a place where you wondered, is it true? Because if we look around in our world, there's so little evidence of love that never fails. We look around our world, love seems to constantly fail. People constantly fall in love and then fall out of love, and they go their separate ways. Love has failed. That's how it looks. And even God's love, sometimes it just feels overmatched for our lives. We say, your love is unfailing, but then there's other moments where we say, God, how can your love be unfailing when my family is going through this? God, where is your unfailing love when my friend is dying? God, where is your unfailing love when my marriage is failing? God, where is your unfailing love then? And I think part of the struggle that we have and part of how we've gotten confused about love is that we have begun to associate happiness with love. We've done a bit of a confusion of a switch. And so happiness becomes the litmus test for the presence of love. And we think if you don't feel happy, then love must be absent. But see, happiness is not the true measure of love. The true measure of love is commitment. See, God's commitment, that love, is unfailing. And it doesn't matter how happy you feel. I wish you could be happy all the time. I wish I could be happy all the time. But it doesn't matter how happy we feel. It doesn't matter how happy we feel like God is making us or not making us. The reality is that God, his commitment to us, to care for us, to walk with us in the midst of that has never failed. No matter what you're going through, his love is unfailing because God has never given up on you. God has never let you go. So he says, in your unfailing love, you will lead the people you've redeemed. In the strength, you will guide them to your holy dwelling. See, to say that God's strength guides them doesn't mean that there will never be obstacles any more than saying that God's love means that you'll never have any problems or that you'll never be unhappy. God's strength constitutes the manner in which God leads. In other words, God always leads us in strength, whether we feel like it or not. That there are times when we feel overwhelmed and overmatched, but God never feels that way. And so no matter how treacherous or dangerous this journey that God has you on feels to us in that moment, our future, our final destination is never in doubt. Because God's strength is too great, and his love, it never fails. See, there are some of you this morning, you have lost hope. Your hope in the future is not what it once was, because you have forgotten what God has done in your past. You've lost sight of that shoreline. See, when you remember the shore, and you remember what God has done, the impossible in you, then you have hope and confidence for the future, knowing that one day God is going to make all of this right. This is our hope, that one day heaven itself will come to earth, and this whole world and everything in you and in me and in our lives, all of it will be made right as it falls under the reign and the rule of the Lord forever and ever. And see, that is a song worth singing.